E on it, Ali E on it. Shout out to the oh shit. Well, here we go. California man wins $1 million lawsuit. Kaylee Gain attacked suspect won't be tried as an adult. Rylo Huncho accidentally kills himself on social media.
Damn.
Stephen A. Smith makes bold Scottie Sheffler game. Student loan forgiveness from a sissy. A Youngstown's old 3 PMD. Shout out to the legend. Shout out to Nine. This motherfucking cocaine. Drizzy. And today's feature, we love her. We happy she back. God damn it. Miss Kiki, or as I like to call her, 3 PM Kiki. Shout out to DJ LOH on the ones and twos. DJ Red Alert. Tariq Nasheed for that microphone check video documentary. Putting a lot of shit in perspective. The whole let's fight this motherfucking evil, man. Shout out to the new subscribers.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace to the. Well, we probably gonna hit that, but let's the Youngstown thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was national news, man. That explosion. We were sitting at work. Motherfucker was like, "Hey man, you see this yet?"
Yeah, my wife showed me.
Yeah, our phone was blowing up, man. Like, hey, man, did you know such and such? Did you know anybody who worked down at the bank? I was like, there was one person, and Kiki was like, this is black lady, and it's my homegirl, worked down there, for years. I don't know, we lost touch years ago, but I don't, what I'm saying? It was one of those situations where I could just pick up the phone and hit her up and be like, hey, are you dead? But nah, it's, I just, but one person
for our
did die,
listeners
though.
out there. What happened was that downtown Youngstown, Chase Manhattan Bank, I think it is, had a natural gas leak and an explosion, and it kind of blew the whole fucking building, like right off its fucking its foundation. And they said there was one fatality, a few injuries, maybe a person or two missing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunate thing, man.
Those old buildings down there, man. Beautiful, but yet that's all it took, man. I'm surprised it was just that one, because all that shit should be tied in, and an explosion like that could rock the whole. Because that's where all our old, ain't nothing new. I don't think it's been built down there and shit.
But it's so crazy because they redid it, like they have moved cat corner from that old building. That's the crazy part.
Okay.
Man, I just thank God I ain't gonna drop no money because I was on my way.
But you know what, man? It really ain't too much difference between the pipe work between there and Flint. It's just our shit still holding up. And, Flint shit wasn't in use for years, man. They was piping that water in from Detroit. A lot of that's old shit. Old buildings got old pipes and shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's
galvanized pipes or whatever. Yeah, it's old and need to be swapped out ASAP.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And gas lines as well. But I did a summer doing home weatherization, and the dude was teaching me how to check for gas leaks with a fucking lighter.
What?
Yeah, like if you see a spark, that means we got a leak. I was like, don't you have a leak detector?
Mm-hmm.
But
that's old school.
Oh yeah.
Well, natural gas is a weird thing. Okay, so for the majority of applications, natural gas has what's called a flammable limit. So like there's a small range where it has to be the right ratio of air and natural gas mixture for it to ignite. And if it's outside of that like golden range, then it's safe. So yeah, you hear crazy stories about people checking shit with lighters, which is not a good fucking idea
at all.
Yeah, because
this motherfucker sound like Terrence Howard up here.
Well, I mean, like this is because it's our job to go deal with this shit. This natural gas leaks are really, really common because it's nothing for your pilot light to go out. In a basement to fill up with natural gas.
From the water
So
heater. Yeah, that's what we were
yes,
checking. Your furnace.
I remember, one time, man. This is just a little side story of me being dumb as hell when I was drunk, man. I was in the car and I got out at the gas station. I was in the car. I was in the passenger seat and I got out. And I remember I was standing there and I looked to the right and everybody in the fucking store had just stopped and was staring at me. Like everybody in the class six. And I'm like, what the fuck are they looking at? Here my dumb ass is smoking a motherfucking cigarette at the pumps.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I'm
that's
looking at
fucking
that shit
idiotic
and
right
looked
there.
around. I
Drunk
said,
as shit.
Jesus fucking Christ, and put that shit out quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So be safe, man. This was an unfortunate. I just thought that was funny, but it's an unfortunate thing, man. 27-year-old young man gone, just working, man. So rest in peace to that young whatever he was, brother. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Our condolences to his family, man. That's the town, baby. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Just shout out to everybody there because everybody there is very helpful and good customer service there. So like shout out to them. I pray for everybody, like for real.
Right on, right on.
All right, man. Let's get into the real fuckery.
You've been swallowed.
Would you stop?
Okay.
You sent that shit to us, man. I was like, I can't get this nigga's head. I can't get that shit out my head, man.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Who's been swallowed?
You ain't never see that TD Jake shit.
my
You
God.
asked the question. Now I got to tell it, Miss Kid.
Yeah, now
because
you gotta
Chris
enlighten
Brown
it.
was saying it. Have you
Let us swallow.
It is so sickening.
It is.
It is. Oh, that shit is sickening.
Well, I don't know what makes it worse is his adenoids that he fucking has.
Yeah.
I've been saying it to my wife. She like, will you fucking stop? Have you been swallowed?
That motherfucking big back and dick.
Come on, man.
Big time.
Come on, man.
With that rescue service from Florida shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's their
Big
uniform.
brother, man. That's a big dude. Come on, man.
Let's get it.
Don't sit right.
Take that.
Right.
Man,
California-
what was this shit you sent, man? This is crazy. Go ahead, man.
California man wins $1 million lawsuit after 17-hour police interrogation, falsely accusing him of killing his father who was alive. What y'all got, man?
Yeah, this is a trip, man. I don't know if you guys read this story, but like the police pretty much brought this dude. His dad went missing. And, a guy calls the police. The police pull him into the interrogation room and pretty much fucking torture him. They were like, we found evidence at your house that your dad was murdered. Your dad's down in the morgue. You need to confess right now. You'll never see your fucking family again. We got your dog. We're going to have it put to sleep.
Right.
Oh,
They
my goodness.
psychologically tortured this motherfucker until he confessed. Come to find out his dad was still alive. He just took off for a trip or something.
Yeah, he took off for a trip.
Yeah.
Only 1 meal.
You know what?
Fuck
And
that.
that lets you know a lot of people is innocent. If he can confess to killing his dad because of what they were doing, just imagine how many innocent people is locked up. But I got a question though, because the picture is like crazy to me. Like, what is he like
Stressing
coming
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's
If you're not used to the system or anything like that, and it's your first time, and he probably fell out once they said that they got his dog. Certain cats ain't built for that.
I think they said he already suffers from, some mental issues, and he takes medication, and he hadn't got his medication that day, and they wouldn't give him the shit, and so he started having a complete fucking mental breakdown, anxiety attack, all of that shit, and the motherfucker started doing what I did last episode. He started stripping and shit, and was on the fucking ground, and it was sad. It was sad because again, this is what's the difference between this shit and what happened to the Central Park 5?
Nothing.
You know what I mean? What's the difference between this shit and what happens to a lot of people? A lot of times these motherfuckers just be trying to close a case, and it don't matter who the fuck did what. They just want the shit off the books. You know what I mean? For two motherfuckers to be in there and do this to another human being, to
Right.
where this man has a complete, whether he had mental issues or not, for him to have a complete mental breakdown, man, there should have been an investigation in this, and this man deserved a lot more than almost
100.
$900,000, man. He
Yeah.
got like
Yeah.
he got like 898 million, so thousand, excuse me, but he deserved a lot more. Like this, we gonna put your dog down for fucking what, man? That's just some inhumane shit. At
Yeah.
what
That's
point are
just.
you really, serving and protecting, or are you trying to find justice or getting to the bottom of some shit, or are you just, doing some fuck shit, man?
Yeah. And they did this to him, and he's white.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker Asian, man.
That's why I was like, now just imagine all the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll
They
take a
said,
plea deal. Fuck it, I ain't gonna be free.
yeah, they're known for railroading, cats like that, especially like what Asal said about Central Park 5. I mean,
Yeah,
they told the kid, just tell us that, tell us you did it and we'll let you go home.
right. Him
These
not knowing any
kids,
better.
yeah,
Yeah,
15, 16 years old was like, okay, cool. Yeah, we were in
That
the
don't
park.
even.
All right, out of here.
right, right.
So,
And again, man, this shit. Even though this shit most oftentimes happens to our people, this shit it transcends color, man. This is just some power mad people. This happens when a little bit of power goes to somebody's head. There's doing your job, and then there's this shit.
yeah,
The fucking cameras are on. Like
everything.
after 17 fucking hours, man. When do you say, okay, man, maybe this dude didn't do it, or maybe we need to take a break, feed this cat? Like this is not fucking Sears School. You know what I mean? This is not Guantanamo Bay, man. This is the United States of America, which I guess that sums the shit up. But
Yeah, there you go.
it's just an unfortunate incident, and I'm glad that he got something, man. That'll never fix the scarring, but maybe to make him a little bit more comfortable, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you said, this is not Sears School. But one thing in Sears School is not like I went through it, but what I've heard is that like no matter what, everybody breaks. Like you just have to hold out as long as you can, but everybody breaks. It's just a matter of time, and that's what these fucking cops did. 17 hours, man. And
that's
this dude
amazing.
broke.
But shit,
That's
17 hours.
that's
Go
if you
ahead.
normal without medication. Shit, he lasted a long damn time. But
That's what I
go
was
ahead.
about to say. That motherfucker was a gangster, though.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's like, he like that dude. There was a motherfucker. This dude got caught smuggling drugs in one of them airports. It's one of them shows, them trafficking shows that come on the Learning Channel. And this motherfucker had all the yayo was in his ass, and they done fed this dude laxatives and everything else.
Did not release.
Did not release for
Release.
24. He just sat there on his side, on his side, like this for 24 hours with keys up that ass.
And you can see the X-ray. It's in there.
It's in there,
And they
but they
gave him
had
all
to
the
let him
shit.
go.
Yep.
They had to let him go. So I mean, my point is, man, that was some. Regardless, he handled that shit like a G. But again, the trauma, imagine the main thing is
Telling me my daddy died.
telling you your dad died, and then saying you the fuck did it,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
dad off that motherfucker.
And we're gonna kill your dog if you don't you don't
Right.
say nothing. If I was his dad, I'd file a lawsuit too for defamation.
Right, the dad, like shit. I was over.
I was over at Tank's crib over
Right.
in the Philippines over there with him.
Listening to Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying?
Rock.
That is
I
red.
bet you believe you were gone.
All right, man. Let's go.
Probably cause you out and unplug your phone.
You're gonna kill your dog, man.
God damn, I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
Something needs to change in America, man. Something
Yeah,
really needs
man.
to change. It's almost to a point where like they need to provide you a lawyer as soon as you're fucking arrested.
Every
no
time.
question asked.
Every time.
Like it is your right to request a lawyer, but they need to
Right.
provide you one. Because this shit is way too fucking common.
No, they don't need to provide shit because if they provided, then the motherfuckers would be on their side. It's funny how all of those internal investigations
That's
never
what.
come back with these cats being fucked up. What they need to do is start firing these motherfuckers. When you start seeing shit like this, and this man is on the ground holding his dog because he think the dog is gonna die and all that, she got pee again. Because you think the dog is gonna die, and and motherfuckers is costing you millions of dollars. Which not in this case, but hey, man, it's time. Y'all motherfuckers got to go. We got to start setting some examples, man. You know what I'm
That
saying?
$1 million need to come out of their pension.
There you
Need to come
go.
out of their pay, and also they
Yep.
need to be, be able to be sued civilly and
Yep.
not have the state of California do anything because the state didn't do nothing. These two jokers did.
These two did it, but
Let
but
them
it
pay. Let them pay, and yeah, you start seeing these cops get sued and they lost their job and pension, and
right,
there's, we'll have a trade in places situation. You know what I
right,
mean? That's what we need to start doing. Don't just fucking move them to a different department. Hit them motherfuckers in their pocket where the shit hurt. Like, yeah,
right.
your whole family gonna be destitute in a minute,
Yeah,
fucking around doing this goofy shit. And tell
yeah,
your friends this is what waits for you if you keep, doing this fuckery.
yep. That's
That's all.
nuts, man.
Not no more lawsuits. Just break they
Speaking of my
motherfucking banks.
Right? Huh?
Go ahead,
What's-
go ahead, man.
Speaking of my incontinence break.
We gotta go, man. We gotta
what
go.
else we
Keep
got,
the train
man?
going, man. Keep the train going. Talk about incontinence. We about to start talking about adult diapers in a minute. Let's go. Uh, Kaylee Gain, attack suspect, won't be tried as an adult. Thank you.
There you go.
Did you guys read this? Read this story?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I've been heard about this one, but go ahead.
Okay. What's your thoughts on it, man?
So just for everybody, there was this video that came out a few months back with these young ladies after school. There was a fight, and it showed the black girl getting on top of her and brutally cracking that head up against the concrete. And so she was put in juvenile hall, and she was slated to be tried as an adult until I think it was the defense attorney or whatever went around. The teachers, the students all said that this little bitch um,
Was a tyrant. She was a tyrant.
this bitch was a tyrant.
Yeah.
They said she's always. They said she was just suspended the day before
Yeah.
for fucking with somebody. And this black girl, she had been bullying the little girl for a while. But not only that, she was bullying other people. They said the black girl is a model student. Well, initially all the races came out like, oh, how the fuck could she do this? Now on the tape, you do see this motherfucker hitting her first. Oh no, well, all she had to do was hit her back. But then when we start talking about what's going on in other countries, it's like, oh well, they attacked them, we can't dictate how somebody responds. Well,
Wow.
the bashing up against this goddamn concrete was the 30 something thousand people that's dead over there. You cannot dictate how somebody responds, especially when you've been fucking with them. You know what I'm saying?
Find out.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what
and
happened, Miss
find
Kiki.
out.
That's exactly what happened, and she got her comeuppance, and yeah, old girl was in a coma or whatever, something. She got her head cracked, literally, and
That shit happened with me at North Junior High. I got kicked out of public school for a year, but that bitch was in a coma and all that shit. She fucked around and found out. I don't know why the fuck she was fucking with me. So I feel that she shouldn't even have went to juvenile.
how you see it at face value, and you're going to automatically assume that the little sister was the one that was the instigator. And then the whole thing played out, and it was like, oh,
Yeah.
Kaylee was the aggressor, and yeah, to the point where they have to say she's not going to be tried as an adult. She shouldn't be tried. Period.
Period.
Yeah,
She was,
that
she was
white
defending
privilege.
herself.
That white
She
privilege
defending
fucked her up. She didn't think she could get fucked up.
Now you got people on the internet saying that, oh well, she cracked her skull open for being hit. That's not self-defense. Her being on the ground. Listen, man. Again, you can't dictate how somebody responds. Now I will say this. Yeah, the bitch is the wicked witch of the West. But at the same time, she still is a child, and she brought it on herself. However, it's unfortunate because the young girl has to still have that piece of her skull reattached, and she's got to have speech therapy and all kind of shit. Like the young sister gave her some act right, and hopefully she remembers what the fuck can happen from bullying people. But I'm glad to say we here on 3PMD, we happy that the young. Well, I'll speak for myself. We happy that the we we're happy that the young lady didn't pass away, man.
That
But
part.
we happy she's still here. Any loss of life was unfortunate, but at the same time, man, people lose their lives over bullying, man, especially these children. We've never seen a time in history like now where children are committing suicide because other people are
Mm-hmm.
fucking with them. This is
Right.
a
Yeah.
soft society, man. We overprotect children. You know what I mean, and then wonder why when we put them out there they can't handle shit when they got to deal with things on their own, man. Before we would have whooped the bitch ass. This is foreign to new people. This was the east side to us.
Like I hate to put race in it, but you know what I mean. When you go to, because I had to go to West Elementary at one point in a time, and when you go to those schools, your parents tell you you have to act a certain way so that you can adapt into where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So I could just imagine what was going on. She's trying to hold back because of the color of her skin. You feel me?
Right.
Hold back, but this girl keep pushing, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? And then at a time, you gotta. That's why I say you gotta be careful who you fuck with because you never know who you're fucking with. You never start shit for one.
What when do people start trying to gauge like, oh, there's a time limit on getting, whooping somebody's ass?
Right.
Remember, motherfuckers didn't stop beating your ass until they got tired.
Right.
There's
Right.
no, oh, time out. We chill. That's enough. No, it ain't enough until I'm out of breath.
Right.
I mean, that's how that goes. Like when they say if you have to put your hands on somebody, you're gonna make sure they're gonna remember you for life.
That way you
Right.
ain't got. That way you ain't got to fight again, right or
Yeah,
wrong.
that part. Like I'm gonna make you an example so everybody know. Like I got them hands and I got
Right.
them feet too.
Right.
So it could go either way. And the fact that they are already putting this young lady in prison, saying that we're not going to charge her as an adult. There should be full across the board. That's just self defense.
There you go.
Yeah,
It
and
was
I
a
think
fight. She lost. She lost badly. That's all it was. It was a fight.
that like with the picture that's up right now, I think on one screen it should be her sitting like she all nice and haha, and then the other screen the black girl all nice. You know what I'm saying? Don't just show two pictures of her getting her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
Black girl
you
will
know
she
how
look
to,
like she ain't mad. Shit,
even when we win, we lose
that
because
There
part.
she
you go.
won. She won, but she lost still because of stupid shit like that. That's gonna be it. Her sitting there looking innocent, not fucking
What
with folks,
what I
but
could
the
see, black
sister on
girl,
top of her whooping her ass.
yeah, sister looked like she athletic. I wouldn't have fucked with her anyway. She done.
Well, part of this is the visuals, man.
Yes.
Regardless of what the judge is saying, regardless of the teachers and the students saying that this little bitch was a tyrant, this visual still puts it out there in the court of public opinion like the sister girl is a savage, man. And that's
That
the
part.
name of the game, man. They
That
gonna
part.
sully you with words or they gonna do it with visuals. That's why
Remember,
when Trayvon, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Remember, Miss Kiki, when your folks told you we need you to act a certain way because they don't want to end up with that photo, that kind of
That
There
part.
you
image.
go.
Image is everything.
There you
So
go.
Yeah,
they
facts,
wanted you to
facts.
carry yourself a certain way
And
in
when you
front of
carry
certain
yourself
demographic.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
when you carry yourself a certain way, you keep hearing your parents say no, no, no,
Uh huh.
and you
Hmm.
look at the girl like, okay, I ain't gonna fuck
Until
with
she
her, but
until
she
she put her
playing
hands
with
on
me.
you.
There you
But
go.
then
Yeah.
when you put
It's
your
just
hands on me, it's full. Listen,
there's
I
no
mean,
I
it's
let
timeout.
the little white bitch put her hands on me twice before I went the fuck off. My aunt told me if I don't beat her ass, she coming to whoop my ass in front of everybody else. So I'll be damned if I got my ass whooped in front of the school.
And that's how we always raised. Like you better not come home with an L. You better not
it's
Hmm.
even come home with it. Don't let me find out you got your ass beat.
it's
You
it's
know.
it's it's kind of like the Trayvon Martin thing, man, where all they, okay, this grown man kills his child who was minding his business. For
Yes.
some odd reason, people don't want to look at the fact that this boy was a child. They pulled the pictures of him with gold teeth in his mouth, him, you know, they said throwing up gang signs and all this shit, and they put that image out there, and so for a certain portion of society, it validated what they was already thinking, that he was worthless. Like, so this motherfucker deserved to die because he had a hoodie, and that's like that was one of the few disappointing things, because I like Charleston White, but he has some fucked up views on the Trayvon Martin case. But again, man, that's what that visual was. Miss Kiki, 3 p.m. Kiki made a good point. It should have been a balanced photo. You know what I mean? There should have been some stills of this bitch acting like a diva. But this is what they get, and they know what they're doing,
Yeah,
man.
didn't they say she was a model student?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, then you couldn't show her grades. You couldn't show
right.
her, and whatever activity she got other than
Show
whooping
her reading.
Kaylee's ass. But again,
This
like you said, man, this is the spin they put on shit.
Yeah, this
This
contradicts
is
every new
yeah.
statement. This contradicts the she's a good student. This contradicts, oh, she was the bully. This says that she was the victim and this motherfucker was the perpetrator.
She
So
won and she lost.
yeah,
That's
Again,
that
she
sums it
won
up.
and she lost. That's it. That's how they play it. That's why I wanted to, bring this up and talk about it a little bit because of the spin, how they do it. Even though she was necessarily acquitted of adult charges, she still got to go through the juvenile
And
system for
then,
assault and all that other bullshit. And it's like it was a fight between girls. One took a serious L. That's it.
and then if she comes out, is she gonna be able to go back to that school, or they're gonna punish her for being at that school?
Don't know. Either way, she's damaged goods because of this social media shit.
yeah,
It's never going to be the same for either of them.
no,
It's never going to be the same.
no,
You're going to be that girl who beat her ass, and she's going to be the girl who got her ass beat.
right.
So
There's probably gonna be memes out there with her on there.
probably,
This is what fuck around finds out looks like.
probably.
Well, hopefully, man. Let me say this, man. Two things, man, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Hopefully, there's no permanent brain damage, which
Hmm.
it didn't sound like it was gonna be. But I mean, if they gotta reattach the skull, you never know. And hopefully, she learned her lesson, man, about fucking with anybody, black, white, otherwise, man.
Anybody,
It don't
anybody.
even
You know
matter
what I'm
the
saying?
color. It's just
It
you gotta
doesn't.
be fucking
Anybody.
with people.
Yeah,
You
black,
have to
white,
carry
otherwise, man.
yourself a certain
When
way,
you fuck
especially in
around
this
with
day
the
and
right
age.
white student, they coming with the guns. Dummy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
But
man,
yeah,
what you
it's
got, man?
unfortunate that her brain, like that is unfortunate that her brain fragments.
Skull fragments.
Oh, well, yeah.
Skull.
I hope they fix
Uh,
that.
What you got, old man?
Put your fucking phones away and intervene. Like this could have just
Yeah,
been a
that's what I'm
regular,
saying. Who do-
good old fashioned ass
Pull her
whooping.
off of her.
But yeah, everybody want to have their phones out and document this shit for I don't even think World Star is still a thing, but put your phones away. Like
Or-
and just step in the middle of this because it could have been a 2-piece combo and old girl
that's
could have
it.
won. Old girl, the other girl could have not been hospitalized, and we wouldn't be talking about adult charges. We would be talking about speech therapy and this girl being in a coma.
Facts.
It had just been a schoolyard fight. So yeah, put the phones away and just
Tell
step
when
in the middle of
somebody
this shit.
snap. You see somebody
All right.
Be a
snap.
referee.
You
Yeah,
let her get her
I got
ass
you.
whooped. Then when it get too crazy, step in and grab her the fuck out. Whoever.
Well,
Yeah, I
How
mean, we
many
come
times,
from
how
an
many
era.
times we stopped the fight and we didn't see one of our homeboys get mopped up and was like, all right,
Yeah.
now time, that's it, that's enough, bro.
That's enough.
He ain't even moving no more, man.
That's
He,
enough.
he leaking all over the place. That's it, man. You got him. But half the time, once a dude got like stole on and he dropped, that was the end of the fight.
Yeah.
what-
Motherfucker
what
walked
about
off
the
real
video?
smooth. But this is the new age, like you said, with the phones. So
Well, we in a much more violent society, also, man. You got to think for $69.99, every other month, man, you can go on pay-per-view and watch grown men stomp each other senseless on the UFC
Yeah.
till the ref decide, hey, man, this motherfucker ain't no more good to the world. It is, motherfuckers don't fight no more. This could have been somebody getting shot. So,
always
go ahead, bro.
never underestimate somebody's willingness to defend their peace.
Yeah.
You violate somebody's peace, just like somebody is just like, oh man, you always so cool, you always just even kill. Imagine the flip side.
There you go.
Like
Period.
I choose, people choose to be peaceful. Just think when they don't. And that day, old girl chose to not be peaceful. Like, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm gonna learn you today.
I always
And
tell
that's what
people,
happened.
if you meet somebody and they just nice and they always cool,
Be
let that
careful.
motherfucker be nice
Be-
and always cool.
Do not
Let me
underestimate that.
let me
Go
tell
ahead.
you, man. We got the Cuddy. He can he can back me up on this one. He can attest to this, man. We got the homie Cosmeezy. The first time I met Cosmeezy, man, laughing, joking, smiling, still ain't never seen him do anything other that until one time one of them cats said something to him in the fire station and he turned like, let people laugh, joke, and be nice, man. Just let them laugh, joke, and be nice, be cool, man. You don't know what people got going on, what's on their
Mhm.
back, and what you don't know what people are laughing through or
That
smiling
part.
through or
Oh my
being
God.
peaceful through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene on A Christmas Story when Ralphie beat dude's ass and
Ralphie was
everybody
tired of that shit.
that that's it. He had enough. And they were like, Ralphie, your mother's here. And he steady cussing his ass off, hitting that motherfucker with combos. That's it, man. Enough's enough.
It looked just like it.
They had Ralphie homie tongue all on the motherfucking pole. Ralphie
Yeah.
was like, man, I'm gonna whoop your ass, pussy. You and your brother. Ralphie was
Yeah, your
gangster
DM
with
about
that
to
one.
hey, your DM about to blow up from all type of chicks. Your wife about to be saying, "You showing
Go,
my thumb on
go,
that motherfucker."
Go,
go,
man. Go,
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 go. Hit the gas, fam. Hit the gas.
go,
Please hit the gas.
go.
Kiki
God
back.
damn, it's
Kiki
Kiki.
back. Fuck,
Kiki
man.
back.
Kiki back.
Ooh, Kiki back.
Rylo Huncho. Come on, man. These kids, we talk about these fucking phones again, man.
Yeah.
I know y'all
Graduating.
can use the
Yeah,
phone to
somebody,
call for help and not just record, right?
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
can somebody please explain this story?
So this young rapper was on social media, promoting one of his songs, and doing that shit with a loaded firearm, and end up just shooting himself in the head.
Well, he
Go
took
ahead.
the safety off before he put it to his head. I don't know why a lot of them saying it was a suicide, man. I don't know, man. There's a problem with this new culture, man, and
Yeah. Yeah.
putting guns and shit to their head and acting like they ain't got nothing to live for, man. This is what the
Guns and depressants. You got weed, perks, all this shit going on, and you just fucking around. And again, like you said, he took the damn safety off. You got one chambered. The
yeah,
fuck are you doing, man? Seriously.
yeah. And what the
That's
fuck
an
was it? Go ahead.
how old is he? Because that's an example of somebody not even having proper education over their firearms.
17,
Yeah,
A baby.
exactly.
A
He's,
baby.
he's
a
not even
baby.
able to have one. So I'm like,
Hmm. But it's an accessory now with these kids in these videos. All of them got these damn extended clips, barrels. I never seen barrel on a fucking handgun until these kids start dropping this drill music. And you check out a video, and they got barrels, scopes, different color scopes, just all in the video. It's an accessory
Yeah,
now, and it's like what the fuck? And they load it.
you're like, where the fuck are you getting this from?
It's the
So
streets, man. I mean,
that was about to be
it's
my next
crazy out there
question.
now, man. This shit is crazy. It's easy to get one of those pistols with a fucking 50 mag drum than it is to get a helping hand from somebody, man. It's real easy.
Wow. Yeah.
Like I said, that's why I can't even fuck with the music, because it's like every time I
yeah,
scroll through YouTube, I see these kids and babies, like little, like, dude, you need a permission slip to be out, and he got this fucking gun that's bigger than his body.
that's why I listen to Billy Ocean, man. It's much more peaceful. you know, if
You
I listen,
damn right.
if I
You
listen to any
damn
rap,
right.
it's from our day, man.
Hard day.
I was just listening to some Common in the barbershop, man.
I just
You
sent
know,
y'all that link with
I was just listening to
Freeway
Scar smile for me.
and Jada Kiss, that ringing ringing. Come on, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my lane, man. But yeah, nigga talk about having, a kidney transplant. We old heads now, man.
yeah.
This is where we at. I ain't talking about this drill shit. I want to go somewhere and sit my ass down and make sure
Take a
there's,
nap. You know what I'm saying?
proper
Rap
lighting,
about
because
the rabbit.
if it's too dark, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I need a place to kick my feet up, man. I need proper seating and all kind of shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this young man is unfortunate. I feel bad for him and his family. And yeah, and if they said it was a suicide, man, that's even worse. But just playing around with these fucking weapons, man, is no joke. I mean, I've seen more arsenal than I've ever seen in my life. Like those Dracos, the
Yeah.
drums. I was like, God, that's heavy shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this, man. Whether it was suicide or he was playing around, it's unfortunate, man.
Tragic.
Who, yeah, tragic. Who you are at 17 does not define who you are going to be 17 years from 17, and
Right.
17 years from 17 years from
There you go.
17.
Keep it going,
You know
son.
what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
evolve. We become different people. We look back on some of the shit we used to do, and how we
Yeah.
used to carry ourselves. This was supposed to be somebody's father, man, somebody's uncle. And again, man, I don't got much else to say except for, man, rest in peace to the youngin', man, and condolences to his family, man. And hopefully, man, in the next generation, these youngins, man, they'll stop playing with weapons and figure out that everything ain't cool, man. And that's what I
I,
got on
I
that.
hope I hope they use this somewhat as a PSA
Yeah.
and let these cats know, like, look, man, this can happen to you. Put, like you said, put those fucking pistols down, man. Get back to the lyrics. Get back to the essence of hip hop, because nothing about hip hop is about those damn guns and
No.
how many, smoking on whoever the fuck, any of
It's just
that, man.
like,
Just get back to the regular shit, because
Yeah.
this ain't it, man. This ain't it.
if you kill somebody, it's fine though. Like you messing up their family. You're not just taking him. You messing up your mental for one, because it's never gonna leave your mental, young people. And for the I mean, you're taking somebody's baby, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's cousin, somebody. Man, just guns ain't for kids. Guns,
Man,
guns is to protect yourself.
Yeah.
hip hop need to go back to Beat Street Breakdown. Ruh!
Need to just need a do over right now, man.
Yep.
We need. I don't like this era at all, and I
No.
Right.
hope
Like,
we
look
look
at, so who
back
you
at it and be
calling a
like,
bitch? UNITY.
we need that back. But this ain't it. This ain't it, man.
Not it.
This dude was a baby,
Yeah, man.
playing around with grown folk shit, and yeah, lights out.
Yeah, man. So
Rest in peace, Mr.
long
Rylo
head
Huncho.
motherfucker, rest in peace, Rylo.
Yeah,
Damn, that
man.
was fucked up.
Ended it be yeah.
No, rest in peace, young man.
Ended it before he could he could experience life for real.
Yeah.
That's the story of our babies, though, man. The story of
Hmm.
our babies.
What you got, old man?
I got nothing.
Hey.
This is the same shit. We went through the same shit we heard when we were kids. And granted, yeah, we could say the UNITY and all the good shit about hip hop in our day, but we also the
We had some
generation
shit.
of fucking gangster rap.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we
Hey.
And
Drive
this
by,
this is
drive
our
by
shit.
music, drive by music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
we had
say
all that.
this.
and we
But
lost
This
we shit, I lost my first friend at 14. And
ain't
then from there
nothing
on.
ain't nothing
Yeah.
more ignorant than when I met you last night,
Hey,
baby.
hey,
Before you
Before you
opened up
opened
your
up your
gap,
gap.
hey,
I
hey.
had respect for you, lady.
sang it.
But
Did
now I
good, but
take it
now I
Take
all
it all
back.
back.
Cause
hey,
you gave me all your ya.
Dick,
Pussy.
hey,
And you even licked my balls. That's the part right there.
yeah,
That's somebody granddaddy.
And, and you even licked
leave
my
the number
balls.
on the cabinet.
And
I
I
Niggas.
promise,
promise, baby.
baby, I give you a call.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
Next
That's a
time
fucking
I'm
anthem.
feeling kind of horny.
And you can come
Yeah.
on over and I break
I'll
you
break you
off.
off.
That's real hip hop right there.
And
You
if
hear
you
me?
can't fuck that day,
Baby.
baby,
But you gotta get
just lay back and
wet.
open your mouth. 'Cause I have never had a girl that I loved in the whole wide world.
Oh,
Well, if corrupt gave a fuck about a bitch, I'd always be broke. I never had no motherfucking endo to smoke. I get smoked to loony. Bitch, you can't do me. Do we look like BBD? Hoochie groovy? Boy, we was ignorant. Tank, we just proved your point, baby.
Yep.
We just sat here and proved your point. You right. You
Yeah.
right.
I'll be talking about sexy red, but we had I don't want dick tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, eat that pussy right. Okay. Yeah.
Hit the gas, man. Hit the gas.
Yeah, all she
The
said.
moral of the story is this: you ain't licking this, you ain't sticking this. Okay, I'm.
Nice.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Rylo.
You know, hey, all she said was her booty hole was brown.
Yeah. That's what she
Yeah, that
said.
was crazy. That was
That's
crazy.
what she said. That's what she
They
said.
took it
man.
3D.
We
That's
had-
let's
we had-
go to 3D.
We had a
You
level of ignorance
gonna
as well.
make me fuck somebody else?
Shit, I don't even know if it's a level, nigga. We started that ignorant shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
My neck, my back, lick my
Yeah.
pussy. Yeah, my
yeah.
Late grade Apache with I need a gangster bitch.
Yeah. Or quick. I don't want to eat it.
Hey,
Yeah.
he said, hey, you keep your salmon sandwich to yourself.
So, yeah. Yeah. He said that and meant that.
You know, so hey man, it is, man. You know, a lot of times people say, hey man, you know, it's hard for, you know, somebody to look at you and want to take advice from you.
Yeah.
You know, when y'all created it, but at some point we got to pay attention to what's going on, man, and you know, make
it's
some
the fact
changes,
that-
man.
It's the fact that we live to tell the tale.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
live
He
to tell
can't.
like, man, hey, dude, you got to slow it down a little bit, man. I'm telling you, because
Yeah.
we was on, you know, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah,
Y'all need to pause for the cause because y'all got it's higher stakes for y'all. Y'all
yeah,
don't get no do-overs. Somebody got that phone out, y'all fucked for life. Us, it
Yeah.
was like, dog, you should have seen old boy last night, man. He was on one.
yeah.
You know, can
Word of
nobody pull
mouth.
up a phone or anything of like, hey man, watch this. None of that. But
But
these
I will.
kids, the
I
stakes
will
are
say.
higher.
I also will say this though, man, and I gotta say this. Though we did usher in that bullshit. There was also another side of it too, man, where it was the metaphorical, the artistry part of it, man. Everything wasn't gangster rap back then.
It was
Yeah.
not.
You know what I mean?
Genres.
It was genres, man. You know,
Yeah,
so
we
you had the
Wu-Tang,
right.
We had
You know,
Common.
Yeah,
we
you
had
know,
all they
Death
had
Squad.
Kendrick.
You know,
Kendrick
Whatever you was in
Lamar
the
is kind
mood
of
for.
fading away.
You had summertime music, you had wintertime music,
You
you
ain't
had,
got
music I need to put on while I'm studying. All kinds of
Listen.
shit. Now you just got this zombie shit where
You
need to be
had
high to listen to it.
you had R&B. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You don't even have that. These cats neo soul for a time, but now they're just constantly bombarded with this negative shit to make you think putting a gun to your head is cool. But you know, we don't wanna you know
I miss them
just
songs
keep
breaking down
overdoing
and
it with
talking
this
to
one.
women.
So yeah.
You
So
know,
what
girl,
else we got, man?
Hit the gas,
you know,
man.
girl, when
Hit
I
the
seen you
gas.
at the club last night, I had to say, baby, somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
I hated that fucking song. Go ahead, man.
Much a pleasure.
Tank, go.
You
goddamn it.
be
He's singing
ready.
again. He's singing. He went hip hop and he R&B. Stop it.
Stephen A. Smith
Yeah,
makes
and they
bold.
girl, that was like,
You gotta pull that raw bass photo you sent me, man. God dang, I thought you was
Yeah,
gonna
that
put them
motherfucker
together,
looked
man.
just
That's
like Rob
Rob
Bass.
That is hilarious. He had a side by side with fucking Stephen A. Smith and Rob Bass, and I
That's
was
probably
like,
him.
that's why you never saw them both at the same time. That's all.
Right.
That's
It's
it.
like Bruce Wayne and Batman.
But I don't normally agree with Stephen A. Smith, but this shit was he was kind of on it, man. This whole thing about old boy Scottie Sheffler or whatever, the #1 top golfer, right? He got in some shit. And you got oh shit.
oh, okay, and there we go.
That's that
Stephen A.
motherfucker, man.
That's Stephen A. in the 80s. Yeah.
Look,
That's him.
that
Same nigga. He
motherfucker.
ain't got the jewels on.
That's his
That's all.
dad.
Right.
Same dude. Same dude.
I'm Stephen A. and I came to get down.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid with unmitigated gall. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
no, I
Yeah,
like
man. But his whole thing was his take was that they let this dude pretty much slide. They said he spent 72 minutes in custody. But, when Tiger Woods did his shit, it was, all over the fucking place when, the shit went down with his wife and her, beating the shit out of him and him crashing his shit out. But this dude, yeah, he drove past a crime scene, sped past or whatever. They was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And they stopped him, and the body cam didn't work at the time, allegedly, and yeah, they let him go. 72 minutes. That's it.
And he was driving into a crime scene. I thought he was going to the PGA. Like I thought he was going to the golf tournament.
Well, the
I don't know
road
if
was
he-
blocked
and they-
off.
The road was blocked off
Yeah.
because of the accident, and he was cutting through.
Okay. All right.
It was like,
Yeah,
man, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, oh, y'all didn't know I was him? Okay, yeah, I'm that dude. And, got through there, and again, nothing happened. Like Tiger, he get his ass beat. The shit on TMZ, Extra, every fucking news outlet is on there, in a negative way, even though he got his ass beat and try to, and do a Teddy P and drive up a tree. Yeah, Stephen A called this shit out, man, for the first time.
Tried to do a Teddy P.
Rest in peace.
It sounds like my man had he's got the Ray Donovan working on his side. He's got the fixer.
The fixer. You got
So,
the fixer.
yeah,
Man, for real,
guy
for
came
real.
in and made some shit disappear.
This is why I was like, I never really agree with Stephen A because he go a little too far, especially with the brothers. But this time he was like, hey man, let's keep it balanced, man. Let's keep that same energy like y'all did with motherfucking Tiger. Keep it with Scottie. But yeah, they didn't. They brushed that shit over. But he brought a little shine to it. But that still don't balance out all the fuckery he didn't cause. He's still on some shit. But that's what Stephen A do. I can't knock him. He's good at what he does. But brother's a little heavy handed towards us sometimes. But this one, I think he got it right.
Yeah,
What's your
Stephen
thoughts,
A.
man, on Stephen A in general? What are your thoughts on him, man? Do you follow him at all or anything?
I try not to follow Stephen A, man.
Okay.
Sometimes he's on, but most times, man, especially when it comes to brothers, man, this cat can be a real fucking sucker, man. He said brothers need to be fined, brothers need to be penalized.
Yeah.
What was this situation just recently, man, where he said he called, I think it was the NFL or whatever, to see why a certain person.
Somebody wasn't fined. What the fuck was that? He called talking about, yeah, so and so should be fined for that. I don't know if it was
suspended.
I think it was NBA. Suspended. It was the NBA. I think it was a call or something.
Yeah.
Like, I called, the commissioner and them and seeing why he wasn't suspended or whatever. I was like, why the fuck would you do something like that?
Well, he says, I'm a journalist. I had to look into it. And he was mad because everybody was calling him out and calling him a sucker. But it is, man. He it's kind of like we see the hypocritical shit come out of him all the time. Lot of shit to say about the Diddy video. Very judgmental, very hard. But if you remember when Dana White was caught smacking his wife. Yeah. And I'm gonna say whether she hit him or not, because
regardless,
Stephen A contends that there's no reason to ever put your hands on a woman. And when Dana White was smacking the shit out of his wife, he got on there. I talked to Dana last night. Me and Dana are good friends. I love Dana. I talk to him about 2 or 3 times a week. And so he knows that this is coming. He knows that I'm not gonna be easy on him. Well, motherfucker, when you start off by saying I love him. Just like homeboy Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones a good. I talk to Jerry Jones about 2-3 times a week. He flies me out there. And I don't believe Jerry is racist, because if Jerry is racist, then Jerry would not have the unmitigated gall to fly me out there. Jerry's a good one. So I don't. Every time it's a white dude.
don't get it twisted. They love their Uncle Tom, so they ain't gonna be racist towards you, but that don't mean they're not racist, you dumbass.
I mean, Sambo. Uncle Tom was actually a good
He's
dude.
an Uncle Tom. He's definitely an Uncle Tom.
He's Sambo.
Sambo. He's dancing. He's
yeah,
dancing
but you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, Django, like, who is that nigga on that net?
but yeah, man, he does that shit too much, man. He was once on there. Hey, man, nobody should be hitting anybody. I think that was the Ray Rice situation, and the white lady got mad. He came back going, I apologize. I shouldn't have said I misspoke. And nobody should ever put their hands on a woman. There is no reason to ever put your hands on a woman for any reason. Malika Andrews get caught out for doing the exact same shit that he does. Well, you know, she just has the earpiece and she's only asking the questions that they're telling her to ask. And it's like, dude, you're a sycophant, dude. You're articulate sycophant, man. And you do that shit to your own people. It's real easy to do that because even with this shit, he was like, I'm not trying to bring race into it. I'm not saying this has anything to do with race at all. I'm just saying, you know, and people calling it out like, well, you're bringing up Tiger Woods.
Yep.
And his incident, and so you are putting race into it, motherfucker. But the fact that you can't even be honest and say, hey, man, it's different when it's a brother. You know, and you got to tiptoe around and shit. You a sucker, man. Yeah, you the big forehead sucker.
The puppet masters got their strings on you, baby.
Yeah, I you know, so hey man,
people like that, he got where he's at by sucking white cock.
Oh man, what you got?
Yeah, man, let's.
I don't. I've stayed away from Stephen A. Smith and his fucking opinions. Yeah, I could really care less about Stephen A. Smith. So, yeah, I've heard more negative shit about Stephen A. Smith without even watching him. So I just don't watch him.
Yeah.
So I give a shit what his opinion is.
You started it
realistically.
He looked like he's painted black.
You started it with the whole raw base thing, that side by side. I couldn't stop staring at that shit, man. I think I was at work when that shit came through, and I was just like, "Hey, man, that ain't even fucking funny. That's serious.
Yeah,
that is really fucking serious, man." I was like, if you put if he sends you that side by side, man, and you look at it, you be like, they got to be related. Got to be related, man. That's fucking spooky. But anyway,
yeah.
Fuck Stephen A. Still, you know, and
fuck you, motherfucker, you limp dick bitch.
I thought he was trying to call it straight, but you know, it is what it is. Stephen A. I guess he can't do right. But,
yeah,
you know,
man.
No time soon. He just can't do right. His record is so fucked up in the eyes of a lot of folks. Like,
yeah,
Stephen,
man.
Come on, man. You could do better with your platform, but you choose not to. But that's
he and listen, my thing is,
and I bet you got a beautiful mouth to everybody you stand behind.
So you know, and my thing is, man, he
swallowed.
He ain't got.
Man, would you stop? Stop.
Have you ever been swallowed? It's a whole lot of swallowing going on. Just swallowed by life. Just swallowed. But
this is not going to be an ongoing thing in these episodes. I swear to you, man. You will not continue doing this fucking swallow shit.
I quit. I quit TDing, man. I'm gonna stop TDing. But
TDing.
Yeah, but no, man. No Diddy. No TD. No TD. Right.
TD.
But yeah, man, he just a different kind of cat for my taste, man. I already paused. I already don't watch that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it is what it is, brothers.
Get raw base out of here, man.
Yeah, man, get that motherfucker out of here. And Captain America jaw.
Yeah, he's gonna be
definitely that.
Shelford got a superhero jaw like a motherfucker. Get that motherfucker.
Yeah. Right, man, this is for you, man. I saw a boy was like, yeah, man. He said what he said, but he put a little zest on it.
Man, play the video.
He had plenty of zest on it. Here, let me.
You got it.
Let me get this video up. Yeah.
He was just a little bitter about this shit, man. It was like, dude, it can help you out too if you apply your shit, you know. But until he load this up, man. My thing is about student loan forgiveness. I'm all for it, considering if we could bail out banks. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all right. Here's a clip.
Xavier, you didn't have a cakewalk either, and you're saying you made the sacrifices, you did the hard work, you did the things to not get in that position, and now they're going to expect you to bail out the people who took the loans. And you don't think that's fair?
It's not fair. You know, student loan forgiveness 100% is a slap in the face of those of us who have bent over backwards to not be in that situation. So for context, like I grew up broke and uncomfortable, and I saw the writing on the wall. I knew in high school that I was not going to be able to afford college, but I also saw the trap that is student loans. So what I did is I put my entire back into my education.
I bet you did,
God willing, I ended up getting an academic full ride to the University of Illinois because I handled my business. America is a free country, but this is not the United States of Section 8. So you cannot sit here. It's not. You can't be a part of the 12% of people in America who have student loan debt and then look at the 88% of us who aren't in that situation and expect us to pay off the decision you made.
Xavier, you...
Yeah. See, my thing with him is he's a bitch ass when you say it's not the United States of Section 8 because you know automatically who people assume is on Section 8. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
But you know, my take is this, man. I actually understand what he's saying, man. You know, nobody else went to fucking school for you, and nobody told you to take those loans out. You knew when you took those loans out, you was gonna have to pay that shit back with interest. And now you saying, "Hey, man, somebody needs to come and pay my debt." You know what I mean? That's one side of it. But then on the other hand, I look like one of you just said we could bail the fucking banks out. There was just an aid package sent over to. With a majority of it of a $90 billion package and went over to Israel. You know what I'm saying? Munitions, military vehicles. That's millions of dollars for all of that shit. Just went over there. There's money going to fucking Taiwan. There's money's going to still going.
We got sauce frozen. But
even with him saying that, though, I want to just jump on it real quick because at the end of the day, forgive it because at the end of the day, that's giving us people more jobs to keep this country going. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather forgive that than what the fuck what he just saying, give money to other people for what? And then you got your people, he's screaming Section 8. You got your people who don't have the things that he probably had to get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes it's a godsend for somebody to forgive your loans because you don't have that money. And then how United States is set up for you to be in debt when you do graduate. Come on, let's just keep it real like that. You know what I mean? So if you're forgiving that, all I could do is say big ups to the government. As long as people are getting the grades and they're passing and they're getting in their fields and they're excelling, why not?
What he failed to mention also, he just brushed it with a broad, the whole situation with a broad brush. The thing is, during that whole process, it's not like they're just saying, "Oh, you got a loan now, we're just gonna forgive you." No, you have to meet criteria. You have to be paying your loan. You cannot have any defaults. You have to continue paying your loan, even the bare minimum for over 10 plus years. That's all. It's if you're in default or something like that, you're not qualified for it. So it's not everybody. It's not like a clean, a blank check for everybody who has a student loan. That's not even the case. You have to meet a certain criteria. And if certain people meet it, so be it. Because that shit, come on, man. Predatory loan lending, all these fucking loans with the high interest rates going up and down. Shit, Barack Obama he just paid off his student loan when he got into the White House. What does that say? It's ridiculous. You can't. It wasn't. It wasn't set up for you to pay that shit off. You got people who went to medical school and are damn near $1 million in debt.
I'm glad you said that because we need those people. We need those people. That's the crazy part. So if we can forgive that, why not? Like, why not? As long as
if you paid You paid your shit, and you then continue to pay, and your estimate, for you to finish paying off your loan is another 60 to 40 something thousand. Or think about this: if you took out 40,000, you probably owe 60 by now. 60, 70 something thousand dollars by now. And how you gonna pay that off, man, when you get a job and you're only making 20 something an hour coming out of college? What's your degree?
And see, I have a cousin, and she went to school. She was in school for a minute, and I think she had like 90,000 or a little bit more.
Easy.
And she had like her first year out there. She did it. It took her like a couple years, I believe.
Yeah.
She did it. The thing is, she did it. But my thing is, she didn't get to enjoy her money until it was like the second year, third year. You know what I mean? They're not coming out of school, surviving.
With these high paying jobs, whatever. You come out of college in debt. And that's how they want you. Then, the inflation and everything else, interest rates shooting through the roof. Somebody else, you don't even know who you paying your loan to.
Right.
You paying off your loan to this person. They done sold your loan to this company, and then the interest rates are like double what the fuck you thought you was gonna pay.
Yeah,
and then
you're
only paying the interest. You're not even paying the principal.
It's like you get penalized for having a dream to do, to be who you want to be.
Yeah, but
the more you get paid, the more that you can get paid, the more that you have to pay.
Yeah, but we could bail out all these companies, but we can't bail out our own people. Help starts at home. That was my whole point. Help starts at home, and you don't send money to people, getting bombed out or whatever, paying for all these damn wars, but you can't pay for somebody who didn't went to college at home.
I don't. Look, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing, and somebody can take it how they want to take it, because like I feel him, but I don't feel him. But my thing is like this: it's a whole bunch of people that stays in the system so that they can be taken care of. Like there's women out here that'll have a baby just because, oh my God, my kids are about to be 18, so let me do this so I can still live in this housing. You feel me? Yeah. So like people like that, I don't want to help. But we're forced to help. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather my money go to a forgiving loan of a dentist or somebody that I'm going to need in the long run. You feel me? Instead of my money going towards somebody's baby mama who keep getting fucked because she's allowed to.
Yeah, like I said, once you know the system and knows who's getting paid and who's not getting paid, I wouldn't even have a problem paying for folks who are on Section 8 who choose not to jump into the workforce. That, so be it, whatever. But again, don't come talking about, well, I did it, so this person can do it. Not everybody's in that same situation. Right. And don't say the United States of Section 8. That's not these whole United States of America at all. But yet,
exactly,
he's over here, he's, dog whistling, that whole shit. Well, by saying that whole Section 8 thing and by him being a brother. That's extremely ignorant. Like, that's very ignorant, because it's like, dude, we know what you're doing. You pandering to the fullest, and come on, man, stop playing. You're supposed to be educated, act like it. But he went in on this because, like, dude, be thankful that you were able to grind and pay off your fucking loan. Not everybody's in that not everybody's in that situation. Don't climb the ladder and then kick the fucking ladder once you get up there. Yeah,
because like, let's just keep it real. Like, just to name something, like, and I hate for it to be like this, but at the end of the day, there's people in school that's grinding hard that did mess up and probably had one or two kids along the way, but they in that motherfucker grinding hard, and it probably ain't easy for them to get that money back, whether you are male or a female. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a blank check. He made it seem like it was just a blank check, and everybody's gonna have to, they passing around the plate, and everybody got to pitch in. It's not that fucking easy to do that, to get your shit, to get your student loan forgave. You it's not easy. It's steps. You have to meet the criteria, and if you don't meet it, you don't get it. That's it. Oh man, you got something for us, man, about this student loan?
Yeah. A lot of people complain about the student loan thing, and they conveniently forget of the crimes that happened associated with the large increase in school costs.
Yeah.
Yes,
How much?
the federal government loaned out a lot of money for education. Then again, they absolutely played a part in the rise of tuition in this country from the 1960s all the way up until now. It's been astronomical, the percentage of increase that we've seen, and yeah, it's class warfare at its finest. So even looking back to the Reagan era till now, school has gone up tenfold. Before, you used to be able to work a part-time job and be able to afford to go to college. Now you're in debt for your entire fucking life. And also, they had the government played no part in the regulation of these prices. In every other industry, they will regulate prices anytime that they have a hand in paying for something. Even with like Medicare and medication, there's there are government rates that they will pay, and they won't pay anything above that. The people need to realize that everyone was taken advantage of. They allowed for private institutions to come in, set their prices, jack prices, and offer bullshit degrees. This was predatory lending, like you've said many times before. Fuck them. Nobody has a problem with them sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas to Ukraine and Israel.
I got that.
Nobody had a problem with them bailing out these fucking banks. Nobody had a problem with bailing out the auto industry when they created fucking cars that would last 4 or 5 years.
I do.
Yeah, we saw them bail out farmers.
Yes.
Throw away all this money.
White farmers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they shit on black ones.
Yeah. We saw them throw billions and trillions of dollars at COVID relief programs and the COVID vaccine that was ineffective. But when it comes to helping out your everyday American citizen, people are saying, "Oh, I work so hard to make it." Shut the fuck up. We come to a point where people are victimized, and people always want to stand on some shit like, "Oh, well, this is a capitalist society." It's fucking not. In America, we capitalize the fucking gains and socialize the losses. Anytime there are losses in a commercial entity, it's spread out through all the taxpayers. But anytime they make a dollar, it's put in the pockets of the elite. So I can give a fuck if you stop paying your fucking student loans. I can give a fuck if if you get student loan forgiveness. Realistically, you were taken advantage of. You're the victim.
It's the equivalent of a cell phone company when a motherfucker don't pay their bill and they go to another company, and then everybody is wondering like, where does extra 25 cents come from? Because they're spreading that difference. They're spreading it over all of these customers, and you like, damn, my bill was $35, now it's $35.25. Oh well, you ain't thinking nothing of it. But what you're doing is you're helping to pay somebody else's bill. But again, I agree with you. That's the part of me that's like, man, this money goes every fucking where. And, then when people say, hey, man, this money should be invested in our people. Well, how in the fuck else do you want it invested if not in education, if not in let me tell you something. We talked about it. The woman who husband was one of the earliest investors in Warren Buffett's hedge fund,
Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah,
Berkshire Hathaway, and so she had $1 billion, and she donated all of it to Albert Einstein University over in the Bronx, so that these kids could go to medical school in perpetuity. And like we said, could you imagine what it's like for these people to come out of school to be doctors and not have to pay anything back? Could you imagine if that was the case for accountants, for legalese, for anybody, engineers who went to school for this shit, man? You going in there and like, damn, all of this money is coming back to me as it stands now. You got to pay loans back. You got motherfucking the government taking money in taxes. State and local. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to live after all of that shit is gone,
Yes.
man. So
I mean, not just student loans. There's student loans, and then there's that fucking interest.
there you go.
There's student loans because you took it out at this year, but you graduated at that year. In between those years, the interest went like this.
And you got to be careful because if you don't, like what they don't teach people, if you don't defer it, you know what I'm saying? Then
You only
your
get so
interest
many.
goes up. Like, you know what I mean?
You only get so many, and like especially during COVID.
I didn't know,
during,
like, they
not having. Oh yeah, shit. My first year, I didn't know. I found something.
I had to pay back probably 3 times my loan because I wasn't educated in if you do not pay at a certain time. If you let me say, if you don't defer it, then your interest goes, and now you have to pay. And I and what they did for me, and what and I was just like, well, do it. They took my taxes for about 5 years until they
start garnishing your shit. They'll garnish your shit.
I had no taxes coming back to me, so basically I was working and not getting shit back. Even though I never understood tax returns, because unless you're a parent, you don't get no money back. You know what I'm saying? I look and see how they take all that money out. Every paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about thousands of dollars, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars.
This is why this is my beef with old boy making that comment about that, because Warren Buffett always, his comment about him not paying, he pays less taxes than his secretary, and he's one of the world's richest men because of the tax breaks. And when you just talk about, Miss Kiki, how you didn't understand how you didn't get a tax return or whatever, it's because we don't know, we're not literate enough to know about the tax code and how you can move shit around if you own property. You can put this here, you can move it there.
And that's why I fuck with Trump, because I'm trying to figure out how to Trump pay $700 in taxes.
That's why
Trump is the reason
why you should not fuck with him because of that. That's
why he's the one that did that.
Yeah, he's the one who took advantage of those loopholes. And then he
put it in place. That's why Buffett is, all of these guys are getting these tax breaks. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a flex.
Because we dealt with the
flex, but damn, if I knew, like, I want my money back.
We dealt with that, man. When my wife just did our taxes, man, and we owe, like, what the fuck, how? You know what I'm saying? And so again, the other problem I had with that motherfucker is everything out of his mouth was, I, and why do I bent over backwards, and I sat on the dick of education so that and it's like, bro, it's more than you. Like, you talking about why do I have to pay it back? Well, first of all, they're
ready to fuck him.
The amount of money that it would cost to pay those to forgive student loans wouldn't come close to what the fuck is going overseas, or what the fuck is defense budget.
Yeah, not even close.
But I can guarantee, I can promise you, I can guarantee, with him saying that, I bet you that motherfucker ain't even that educated to even know what you just said. You feel what I'm saying? But they found the asshole to put on TV to be like, yes, let's make this black motherfucker. You feel me?
Of course.
And the other thing that homie don't understand is, motherfucker, if everybody could get an academic scholarship, then there would be no money to be made at these universities.
Yeah.
So everybody's not gonna get an economic scholarship, just like everybody ain't gonna run afford from one to get that scholarship in college, man. Like, it's motherfuckers like that, man.
It was the messenger. It was the messenger, not
little
necessarily
slippery
the
motherfucker.
Just like, it seemed like somebody put him on. That's why I said a Diddy con. That's why I said it, because I'm just like, who the fuck got in your ear? Who made you fuck?
He's definitely gonna get invited to the Diddy parties after that statement.
Yeah, he's getting fucked now.
He's gonna run in a certain circle, and because he was placating to a certain demographic.
That's it. Especially, this is not the United States of Section 8. You know what you're doing.
Didn't he sound dumb about that? Because let's do this. You gotta do the statistics, you dumbass. We ain't the only, like, for real. Black people are not the only people. Matter of fact, it's more white people that take advantage of the system because they know how to do it. Our asses don't even know how to do it if we needed it to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can, like, and the only reason why I'm saying that, because I can say that because and I worked my whole life and I was off of work for 2 years and I needed assistance, but I didn't know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want to, at the end of the day, yeah, live off your savings or whatever. But that's what I was forced to do. But it's so many motherfuckers out here that know loopholes that don't even have to touch their savings until whatever they're going through gets over with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how dare you even try to put that on our people as a person of color? And there's no mistaking your color, my man.
He was there. He was selected. Oh man, what you got, man? Bring us home.
I'm sorry, I was about to go off on that little punk motherfucker named Kid.
Classic plug. Thank you, Miss Kiki.
I think he needs to champion some other cause. Maybe that rainbow correlation or something. But this ain't it.
Yeah.
I just happened to see this on TikTok and was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I think my people would dissect dude. And y'all pretty much did the way I thought y'all would. And I appreciate y'all for that.
Yeah, and I ain't got no academic scholarship, motherfucker.
Yeah, because he was a little zesty with it, you know. And it was like, dude, you know what you're doing. Come on, man. You don't go on the field and act a whole fool. Yeah, come on, man. Stop that. Please don't do that, man. You can get your point across. I get that, but you was live
for real.
Have you guys noticed how these universities no longer have brick and mortar facilities where they do the instructing? Everything's online now.
Yeah.
The price never changed.
Yeah, they get you lost.
They don't have to heat a building. They don't have to build anything. You know, like that. And all their teachers are part-time. They're not paying any benefits. So here we have academics being 100% online, and you're still paying $30,000 a year for bullshit education. Like, if that doesn't explain the hustle, you'll never understand it.
That was the rub during COVID. When kids couldn't go, a lot of kids were home and their parents was like, why the fuck am I still dropping $50,000, $60,000 a semester or whatever, and my kid ain't even going? And like you said, it's online. And a lot of them didn't even go back. They just stayed at home. But that's the fucking hustle. They still getting paid whether there's a natural disaster or not. And old boy just jumped in and was like, well, why do I? It ain't just you, sucker. You don't feel that. Keep that same energy when the money's going over towards these wars. Keep that energy, when it's coming out of your pocket. Again,
he ain't even that educated with his educated ass. I guarantee that.
Hey, before we go, is that the last one?
Yeah.
That was the last one.
Hey, before we get out of here, did y'all see that shit I sent y'all? Boo Capone talk about Michael Jackson was a Crip.
No,
man, who is that dude?
Hey, Boo Capone, hilarious, man. Boo Capone, the comedian out of L.A., man, and he was who did he say he was signed to? I forget who he was signed to. Somebody, and he goes back like he knew all them people, and so he was explaining, and I was doing the research. If you look at that Way You Make Me Feel video, them motherfuckers was Crips, and they was like, yeah, that was the homie boxer, this, that, and the other. And so one cat said that they told Mike to just throw it up. And so Mike threw it up, not knowing what he was doing. According to them and the people that was like, nah, man, Mike was a West Coast Crip, man. He kept. I remember he kept calling me "cuz." I said, Mike, quit calling me "cuz," man. I don't say anything when you call. Matter of fact, I don't say nothing when you call me blood. But the thing is, he was like, Mike had a deep voice. He said, "Motherfucker sound like Charlie Murphy." Same shit Eddie Griffin said, man.
That's what I heard. Like,
motherfucker had a deep voice.
Yeah, they said that was his talking voice, but his personal voice, he was deep as shit. Yeah, that was.
It's a video out there, man, where he slipped. He was on a mic, and he slipped, and his voice was deep as shit. But he was like, yeah, Mike was 6'2", big ass hands. He said, Mike, he kept calling me, cussing Mike, man, stop calling me cuz, man. You just gotta watch. That shit was hilarious, man. Bull funny motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw the video, man. I also saw the one where him talking about he beat up Tupac.
Oh, what was that? What'd you say?
I also saw the video where he said he saw a fight between Michael Jackson and Tupac.
Yeah,
and Tupac lost.
I wouldn't say that because Tupac used to spin around in circles and shit and make halos. He was a ballerina.
But this the thing though, man. The other part, La Granja. The other part.
I'm about to say he left. He went from skinny. He went from skinny.
Yeah, they want to hear this shit. Well, the only other part that was funny about that is, man, he kept, he wasn't the only one. Them cats, when they did a documentary on Pac, they all said that Pac couldn't fight, but he loved to. So that was the interesting thing about what Boo Capone was saying. Everything he was saying has been said before. He just told it in a different story.
Hold on, I gotta get on E about his little because like now he representing for the BBWs. It's a pig on there. Last time it was skinny. It was some skinny shit she had last time I was here. What you drinking?
She's paying attention. I can't even pronounce the shit, but yeah,
big
I put it up there. Yeah,
big back,
some
big
swine
back.
shit.
Yeah, man. What's we got? Tempranillo.
There you go. Thank
Tempranillo. Yeah, there we go.
But they let you know that fat motherfucker is a balloon. Like that motherfucker light. That's fat light.
Well, listen, man, it's been real.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, thank you, family. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And,
love y'all, man.
Yeah. Thank you for another great episode. Thank you, Subs. Everybody like, share, subscribe. Please hit the like button. Do all the things, man. Appreciate you.
There we go. Like, share, subscribe, man. We thank y'all.
I'm glad that all y'all made it to the sperm. I'm glad y'all all made it to the. No, let me tell y'all this. I'm happy as hell that everybody made it to the ovaries. You feel me? Because all right. It was hard. It took me a long time to get there because I was overweight as a sperm. You feel me? So,
good night.
I'm glad we all made it.
Head out like I ain't.
Yeah, man. All right. Peace.
Love y'all, man.
Love y'all too, man.
Peace.
Peace.